Are you looking for the next craft beer to drink? Well, maybe Brillo by Maumee Bay is the one for you. Welcome back, everybody. So today we are going to try Brillo, as it says on here, but it on Untapped it says it's Amarillo Brillo. So that's what I'm going with. Even on the back, it does say Brillo. This is a double IPA, Columbus, Centennial, Chinook, Simcoe, and a hefty dose of Amarillo. That's why I'm guessing Untapped is saying Amarillo, but we will see. 8.4% ABV is on the can. Canned on date is 4/4/19. Today is like the 13th, so about a week old from when it was canned. IBUs per Untapped is 101. I don't believe you can go over 100, but oh well. Let's go ahead and get it in here. One of our friends did pick this up, so thank you to Matt for picking this up. I think they went to the brewery and got it. When I first saw it, when it was in the 6-pack, I just lifted it up, and I was thinking it was more like a stout because it looks more like a chocolatey or something like that, peanut buttery. But then when I pulled it all the way out, double IPA, okay, why are they using those colors? It looks like it's bread. Like the armadillo is made out of bread. I could be wrong. So I don't know what we're going to get here. So we do have an off-white head, kind of khaki-ish in color, small, medium bubbles. Almost a finger of head on there. Bubbles on the side are compact like this. So color. Golden yellow, very clear. I can see all the way through it. Some bubbles coming up, not very many at all. Let's go ahead and get a smell. Citrus, a little fruitiness in there, some dankness, a little bit of pine coming through. Definitely some earthy, spicy notes in there now. Breadiness, you're getting the whole gamut pretty much. Let's go ahead and get a taste. Big amount of like bready toasted grain. Then it's like a candied citrus juicy fruit going back into some bitterness. I think that amount of breadiness and sweetness really covers up some of that bitterness for 101. Very smooth. Aftertaste is where you pick up all that bitterness. Lots of like citrus bitterness, rind bitterness in there. And that's about it. It like goes away. Like that bitterness hangs in there. But it is a double IPA, more to the West Coast side, but very smooth. Yeah, it's kind of that initial hit right on your palate is like that toasted bread graininess. Then it goes right back into citrus, kind of fruity in there, sweetness, candied fruit, candied citrus. But you are going to get that because they are using more grains. So if there's any residual sugar left, that's what's going to make the beer sweet. And I think on this one they did a good job with that, with keeping that in there almost like that generic candied citrus, candied fruit vibe. But then once it gets to the back, you get hit with that bitterness. Not 101 IBU bitterness, but there is a good amount of bitterness to balance that sweetness, maltiness out. Then, like I said, in the aftertaste is where you really get that big amount of bitterness. Maybe a little spice from the Chinook in there, but then it goes away, but it does leave that bitterness on the back of the throat. I would have to go with a 3.75 out of 5. For me, I think it's a little too much toasted malt, toasted bread in there with that sweetness. I want the hops to shine. Even though this is a double IPA, I don't think it's balanced that well. Like I said, I think that sweetness, that malt sweetness, that toasted bread maltiness is really taken over most of this, and then like after you swallow it, that bitterness stops all the other flavors from coming through. But definitely one to pick up and try. Let's look on Untapped. 8 of my friends have rated this, average 4.06 out of 5. Man, if I could stop burping. A little over 6,000 people have tried this, average 3.78 out of 5. So with the rest of the people on Untapped that aren't my friends, I'm right in that ballpark. But if you've been following me, you know I really don't like those huge bitter beers. I do think I can deal with the maltiness in this beer. I just want the hops to shine through a little bit more than they are. So if you like this video, thumbs up. If you don't, thumbs down. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you know when new videos are coming out. And until next time, happy brewing.